All right, so lately I've been trying to improve my personal style, and to be honest, I have a long road ahead of me. I was that kid and that teenager that wore the same outfit every single day. And it wasn't a particularly great outfit. It was basically a hoodie and jeans, so nowhere near on the level of Tyler and Steve. So in this pursuit, one thing I'm doing is playing around with accessories, little somethings, little touches that can pop or express my personality in a cool way. And my favorite accessory as of late is this notebook right here. This is the Rhodia number 11 notebook. I like the color, I like the logo, I like the way that it fits in my jacket pocket, and most importantly, I like what this can potentially communicate. I hope that this notebook is able to say in a way that's not too pretentious that I have thoughts worth saving. And maybe, just maybe, these thoughts worth saving are also worth sharing with other people. Now, on their website, Rhodia explains that these notebooks are used by artists and writers and designers. So when I use these notebooks, it feels great to be in good company. But I think it would be an amazing opportunity if Rhodia expanded the definition of who these notebooks are for. I think there's an opportunity for Rhodia to explicitly explain that these notebooks are for people with ideas and thoughts worth sharing. Or better yet, that these notebooks are the vehicles to the discovery that you have thoughts and ideas worth sharing. So in the same way that Nike sponsors athletes, I thought it would be very cool if Rhodia essentially sponsored the next generation of people with ideas worth sharing. And I'm not saying sponsor thought leaders or pseudo-intellectuals or anything like that. I'm saying embrace the understanding that this is a platform for a new generation's ideas and dreams and plans, and essentially find that community of hungry, scrappy, foolish, amazingly driven people and give them the tools to organize these ideas into something actionable with this thing right here. Now, if for some reason Rhodia didn't exist, I would have to have a second favorite notebook company in order to replace this little hole in my pocket. And my second favorite notebook company would have to essentially reflect what I've been saying. It would have to be well designed, it would have to have a cool color, nice logo, be well made, accessible, but the reasoning behind why it exists has to be cogent. My second favorite notebook company would have to reflect an understanding of my favorite American success story arc, which is essentially the idea that the hero starts off with nothing except $1 and a dream, and they're able to leverage their creativity, their talent, their imagination in order to get to the point of self-actualization and be everything that they want to be. So this notebook would essentially have to be a necessary input in that equation in order to get to that destination. So in this case, the notebook company would be called Buck 15. So $1, a dream, and a Buck 15 is all you need in order to get to that point. Now, the reason why this notebook company would be called Buck 15 is because it's 115 pages. This notebook right here is 80 sheets, 80 pages. So essentially, we don't want to make the notebook too thick because it would stick out of your pocket very awkwardly. And 115 sounds pretty good in terms of quantity, and also I kind of like the ring of it. So Buck 15 for the notebook. If enough people have these notebooks, essentially we could be opening up conversations to a whole new level that most people don't get to. Most people talk about the weather or the news or social media and stuff like that. But if you essentially see your friends holding their notebook, or maybe even a stranger, if we can get to that point in society where a lot of people are happy enough and feel comfortable enough talking to each other, we could basically ask questions like, what are you thinking about? What are you writing in your notebook? What are you working on? And we can essentially have these really interesting conversations that maybe either help us think about our ideas in a new way, or we can maybe even spark a whole new generation of collaborations and help new ideas come to the forefront of our consciousness. So that's very cool to me. And ultimately, I think these notebooks need to embrace the fact that they are really, really great at not only cultivating the focus necessary to get to the point where we want to get to in both our lives and our creative processes, but ultimately they're a really good tool for organizing among like-minded people, because they are phenomenal reference points for really exciting conversations that can help change individual lives or collective lives. I think the best ideas come from intentful thoughts. So I genuinely don't believe that Gas Magnet as a lunch table on the internet would be able to exist without these tools. And I would love to be able to see the right notebooks essentially facilitate a lot of these different types of conversations in organizations. So that's where I'm at right now with these things. So those are my thoughts on notebooks. Thank you so much. If you want to join me at this little lunch table, you can find me on Calendly. I would love to meet you if that sounds like a good time. And besides that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.